training. There was training being done by Vera Santry, Kathleen Rumbridge, Kathleen O'Mara, Kathleen O'Mahony, sorry, and another few others. And I said, you know what, I'll give it a go. I was playing hurling, I was playing soccer, I was playing football, all for my at the time.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, now I'll give it a go.
What age were you again?
I was 13.
Yeah.
So I went down one Saturday and just
down
to the youth centre.
Down to my youth centre.
Where the coaching was going on.
Yeah.
And just picked up a racket and went in and started playing.
Into the Fermoy racquetball courts in Fermoy in County Cork.
Yeah.
And you're down there and you're 13 years and Mrs. Santry and Mrs. Grumbridge and it's probably a Saturday, is it?
Saturday,
It's a Saturday, I can see it, and there's two courts and the fucking echo and the sound and you're down there 13
and
years old.
And you're down there like with something like 150 other kids, like it was great.
There was a buzz.
Oh,
good
buzz out of it, like
and a community with fucking Christmas party and fucking trophies and fucking.
You know, like, and I was only a newcomer at the time, so I saw a lot of these kids and people that were playing for a number of years, and you know, I said, you know what, I said, I love this sport. It's great fun. You get to meet new people, and I says, I want to keep playing it. I just loved it.
Did you love it straight away?
Straight away. I loved it.
There you go.
So I continued on with the training down in the youth centre every Saturday.
Yeah.
And I think maybe about a year later, we had a visit down there. My club organised it with the Racquetball Association of Ireland.
Okay.
They brought two of the top men in Ireland. Anthony Butler was one of them.
The top players.
One was seeded number one in the seniors at the time.
Yeah.
And the other was two. There were two Arklow men, Anthony Butler and Jimmy Gann.
Yeah.
So they came down one Saturday just to do a bit of coaching with us and whatever. And they gave an exhibition match.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. I was in the crowds watching the exhibition match.
Yeah.
And my jaw was just...
Go away.
Do you know
what?
The speed they were going at.
The speed.
The power
the
they were hitting the
ball. The sound of the fucking ball.
It just sounded...
Was it just
unreal?
Fucking the ball hitting the fucking wall.
Yeah, they were hitting it so hard.
So fucking low.
And so low down and diving and getting... unreal.
And actually, the ball that you just heard, the other guy got the fuck. You're like, how did he fucking?
Yeah, how does he do this? Like, I keep on forgetting that they were number one and number two in Ireland at the time.
Were they the top?
They were the top of the bunch. Like they were the top.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. I came home and Mum said to me, my mother said to me, she says, "Well, what was that like? Did you enjoy it?" And I said, "Mum, it was."
You're nearly fucking crying the fucking what you just saw, like you're just like it was like.
And I said, I'm telling you now, I said, I'm going to be as good as them someday. I want to be as good as them.
At 13.
At 13, I said, I want to be like that.
Legend.
So I packed in the hurling, packed in the soccer, packed in the football, packed in the whole lot, and just concentrated on the racquetball.
Yeah. And just played racquetball.
And just played racquetball. 5-6 hours a day, 6 days a week.
For the rest of your life, obviously, your time has to be managed as well. But for the rest of your life, you just play racquetball.
Just play racquetball, yeah.
And do you mind me asking what age you now, sorry?
I'll be 52 this year.
Okay, fucking cool.
So I'm around a long time.
Fucking brilliant. So fucking hell no. So that's 13, and now you're 52, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of the I suppose the journey on the foot.
Yeah, well,
your journey from A to B, a little bit of.
Well, as I said, I started playing 5 and 6 hours a day. I was still playing I started playing junior competitions at the time.
Underage.
Under 14s, under 16s, under 18s.
Locally.
Locally, we had Munsters and with a lot of people from Mitchelstown used to play as well. Mitchelstown at the back of the Christian Brothers.
Yeah.
So like we had friendly tournaments, we had counties, we had Munsters and whatever. And for the first, I would say maybe a year or so, I wasn't
13, 14.
I wasn't winning, put it like that. But I was competing. I was kind of getting there a little step by step.
You were the heading from weren't you? You were the heading from even when you were 13 and 14, you were the heading from
I was walking up. I was walking a bit. Yeah,
you're always the head.
But you see, I was probably putting in more work than any other junior was at the time.
You were booking the courts, fucking. You were just there, like fucking booking the
I'd
courts.
finish school,
like,
I come home, I do my homework,
yeah, and block,
straight
and
to
you're
the
block booking. You're like down there in the youth centre so often. You know when the court availability
I was
slots
there.
are coming.
I was there from when it was closed at night time, and I had only a little walk. So all I had to do was walk up the hill, and I was at home in Clancy Street.
Yeah.
You know, but when I started playing the juniors first, it was a little bit. It took me a little bit of time to kind of get into it.
Of course.
But once I did, like I think I won my first county championship. I think I was under
Cork County champion.
Yeah, I think it was under 16s.
You were the Cork County champion under 16.
That was my first. That was my first gold medal I ever won.
Fucking big achievement. The under 16 county champion.
Yeah.
For
that was a long. I think that was in '86 or something.
That was in '86.
'86, I think.
That was a big achievement.
Yeah.
For you
and
for your family and for everybody involved in the county champion.
And we started going up then through the grades again, and then we played national championships. And then I think I won my first national championships that same year, I think.
Underage.
Underage,
the underage national champion.
Yeah.
And the county national champion.
County.
And we were probably you were the champion of the fucking.
Yeah. Oh, as far as I was concerned, I was champion of the world. You know, at that age.
At every age.
At that age, at my age, when you win a gold medal at anything, you know.
All Ireland's though. All Ireland's is like when you're the All Ireland champion, then that's it. Like that's it. Then isn't it? That is the. So you were under 16 All Ireland champion.
All Ireland champion, and once I hit that level, I kind of said, right, I'm here now.
You're fucking there.
What's the next step, or where can I go now?
You're there.
So I still continued on with training away as hard as I could.
Yeah.
And from the time I won that All Ireland or national championship till the time I kind of finished at the underage, which was under 19.
Okay, so from under 16 national champion and county national champion there until you're 19.
Until I was about 19. Well,
sorry.
Until I was about under 19. Yeah.
Under 19.
I had won everything that could have been won.
Everything that could have been won.
Everything.
From when you were when you were 19. Everything under 19
that I could have won.
That you could have won.
I won.
You won.
Yeah.
All over Ireland.
All over Ireland. Yeah.
Up, down, left, right, all over Ireland.
But that was just in juniors.
In juniors under 19.
Up to far as under 19, and then the junior level would stop.
And then the junior level would stop, and then you're into over 19 senior. Senior,
or see the way the grading system goes is.
Yeah.
We have at the time we had our underage tournaments.
Yes.
And then you had the kind of like the adult tournaments as well.
Yeah.
So the grades in the adult tournaments, they start at novice, which would be like a beginner, or people know that would be just getting into it. So they start at novice, then they go to D, C, B, and A. A is the top level. That's open.
Is it A elite? There's no higher.
Yeah, there's no higher than that. So, but even though I was still playing under 19, I was still playing
in the big boys.
Of course,
yeah.
So
did the federation give you a special license, or is this just normal practice for the top boys?
It's just normal. Sure, yeah. So my first ever big boys tournament at the time, I think I might have been 17.
Okay. Yeah.
And I played in the Leinster Open, which was on an Arklow.
Yeah.
Now the rule was back then, if you had won an underage All Ireland or national championships, you couldn't play in the novice grade, which was kind of like for the beginners.
Understandable.
So I said, right, I have to play in the D or the C.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, this is going to be now different kettle of fish, you know,
Yeah.
because you're actually playing adults.
Well, you doesn't know that 100%.
So that Leinster Open, I went up, and to my surprise, I actually won the D, and I actually won the C. So I won the 2 grades in that weekend.
I hear you.
Which promoted me then to the top grade.
Yeah.
At 17.
At 17.
So I think I might be, I'm not too sure now, but I think I might have been the youngest ever player.
You're the youngest ever
to
player.
Go to the top grade.
Jesus.
Which would be the senior grade.
Yeah.
And that was in January.
God.
So and I'll never forget the parents. They always used to say, "No, you're up now with the big boys.
Yeah.
You know, this thing now of winning every
don't
tournament.
be disappointed.
Yeah,
No,
don't
you've
be
won everything all your life.
They were their exact words.
Yeah.
Don't be disappointed if you don't win something for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit, and you're like going, I'll see what that fucking. So, you said nothing and just went down to the court again and did some more training and just get some extra.
So later on that year, I had the chance to play in the C National Championships.
Yeah.
So
the C, that was the Leinster Open.
No,
B,
so now, so at that time A and B were combined.
I remember you 100%.
So the rule was that when you're at a certain grade, you can revert back to play in that All-Ireland only once. That's the only time you can play in it.
Yeah.
So I only had one chance to win this C national title.
I get it, yeah.
So I got to the final and I was playing a guy from Arklow, he's passed away now, God bless him. Vinny Fitzgerald was his name.
Okay.
A beautiful player. And got to the final and I said, I've seen Vinny playing years at this stage.
Yeah.
And I said, geez, this is going to be a tough one. Because he was a crafty player. He didn't have a lot of power.
Yeah.
But he was sneaky.
Was he?
Yeah, very sneaky.
Yeah.
And I said, look, go in and try. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Go in and do your best. So I went in anyway, I ended up beating him. So I won my C All-Ireland that year.
Oh.
So that was me finished with the lower grades.
The old warrior as well. This old dog, a lovely man.
He was pure gentleman.
Like in the court, and you're like, ooh, that was some day, was it?
So it was a great game. It was a great game. I can remember it like as if it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And that brought me up to the top boys. I think this was in April of that year.
Okay.
So that was me then up to the senior grade. The elite, if you want to call it elite.
Category 1 or elite or A.
So I won that, which brought me up to the elite.
So what age are you then when you got up to elite? You're 17 and you're elite then and you're fair play. So
my first kind of tournament in playing at that level was the Arklow Open that May.
Okay.
And this was in 1990, I think.
Okay.
And the World Championships were on that same year.
The World Championships.
Yeah. They were on in Caracas in Venezuela. And the Friday night, the team...
In South America?
In South America, yeah.
Classic.
That Friday night, the team had been picked.
Yeah.
And I thought it might have been picked to go, but obviously it wasn't.
Yeah.
So that weekend I said, right.
Oh, Jesus, you thought you might have been picked?
I thought it might have been picked. So that weekend I said, right, do something up to prove to these people.
Oh, okay.
Because the president of the association at the time, I only found this out after.
Yeah.
He said, look, the reason why we didn't pick you was because we thought you were a little bit too young and not enough experience.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, look, fair enough. That's your decision.
Fair decision.
Yeah.
Fuck them, right?
Yeah. So I said, right, I have something to prove now this weekend.
Fuck them.
So I ended up beating the whole team.
I hope so. I hope you
beat
sent
the whole lot of
the blue balls up every one of theirs. Yeah.
And I won the Arklow Open that weekend. So that was like, not only did I win it, but I beat all the team. I was picked to go to the World Championships.
Yeah.
So this was in 1990.
Yeah.
So the following year then I got picked to go to the Europeans, my first Europeans.
Class.
That was in 91 in Antwerp. And the team, I think we won the team event.
Yeah.
And I didn't do good in the singles, which was expected, my first tournament. But myself and a guy from Arklow, Jimmy Gannon, we won the European doubles title that year. Yeah.
That's a European title there.
So that's one European title.
Jesus.
So we started going from there then, and every year you'd have Europeans and every year you'd have Worlds. Yeah. Now I didn't go to every Worlds because it's expensive.
Oh right.
You know, and when you don't have, like, we get funding. We get funding from the association. But
are you not carders? Are you not
no,
sports
I'm not.
sponsors?
No, I'm not.
Are you not
no,
carders?
no.
Are you not? Are you not?
No, we're not.
Are you not?
No.
I don't understand. But are you not funded by the sports council?
We're funded, but we only get so much because racquetball is a minority sport. We only get a certain amount of funding. We get enough. We get funding to send teams.
But you're not being so. I'm not none of my business, but like you have to go and work full time. Like,
Oh yeah, I work
you're
full-time,
not getting. What I'm saying is like you're like we're saying.
I'm not
like
being paid to train.
Yeah, you know the way the elite cyclists now will say that
or the athletes,
or
players.
swimmers.
Yeah.
I suppose they're getting compensated for their salary. You know that they're going to be missing out on because
exactly.
you don't have any debt.
No.
That's not well no I'm not giving out and none of us are giving out.
Look, it's been like that for years.
And it's a positive fucking banner at the same. They wouldn't be whinging, but it's been like that for years.
Yeah, it's been like that for years.
Dude, if someone's prepared to get out into a racquetball court, in my opinion, like fucking all their lives and fucking put it in, then they're the people that need. You're the one that should be fully supported to do this. And God almighty.
No, look, I have sponsors.
European. You just told me you were a European champion there. Like before we even get on to like your you know what you won after that. Do you know what I mean? Like and so anyway, I'm well aware of it. Like you're doing this in the evening.
I'm doing this. I'm funding this really myself.
100%. No, even the expense. Well, I'm sure you're getting. There's some funding goes towards the cost of going to these European championships and stuff like that.
Oh, well,
I'm sure there's a bit of money for that, but like that's just a little bit of expense money, or might cover the flights or the hotels or that trip.
But like any of the normal tournaments I go to within Ireland, I have to pay myself.
Yeah.
And any of the international ones, we do get funding.
You get a few bob.
We get funding. We might get our flights paid.
Yeah.
Or depending on how many are going, we might get flights and hotel.
And you're delighted, and you're very grateful for that, and you're delighted for everything. And like, do you know what I mean? You're not in. No one's in it for the money. Do you know what I mean? You're in it for the lifestyle.
I'm just there. I play the game because I love the game.
You fucking love it. It's obvious. It's fucking.
You know, that's it. I don't.
You know, it just glows out.
I don't play it to make money. There's no money to be made.
But
in the States there is when you're turned pro or whatever.
Yeah.
There's good money. There's okay money. You can live off it, like.
Yeah.
But here there's not.
No. It's irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? Like, but so you go back to your. Sorry, now I want to go back to because I don't know what. So you're the European doubles champion then when you're 17. Was it?
Yeah, 17. Yeah. And I actually won my first that year. I think it was that year.
Yeah.
91. Yeah. I won my first senior national title.
Oh, you were the senior champion in 91. That's the big one, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the big one.
You were the elite senior All Ireland champion. Yeah. Fucking hell. And fucking hell. In what year is that now?
91.
Where did that take place?
That was held above in King's. No, it was a King's Court. It wasn't King's Court. I'm trying to remember now.
Doesn't matter.
I don't mean to be cocky, like, but when you win so many of them, it's hard to remember where you won your first one. Or your second or your third, you know.
Yeah. But that was a big one in my opinion.
That was a big one.
Senior champion. If like you had like how many?
It's like the All Ireland of the hurling.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's the All Ireland.
You're training all year.
It's the All Ireland of anything. It's the All Ireland championships. It doesn't matter whether it's hurling, cycling, racquetball,
anything is
rowing. If you're the All Ireland champion in Ireland, you're the fucking All Ireland champion, and everyone understands in Ireland what the fuck the All Ireland are. Do you know what I mean?
So I won that in 91.
In 91.
And I won it.
Yeah.
For the next 16 years consecutive. So I have 17 consecutive national senior titles.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that, Noel. I mean that's some fucking. You're 17.
17, yeah.
Senior elite fucking category 1, top of the All Ireland.
In a row.
In a row. Oh motherfucker.
So I was going to try and beat Terry McHugh's.
Never mind.
He was a javeler from Tipperary.
Sorry, different sport.
Yeah, he was a javeler. He had. Holy shit. I think he had 20. Terry McHugh.
Okay, I've heard.
I think he had 20 or 21 national titles in a row.
Okay.
But I got to 17, and then I was beaten that when I was going for my 18th.
Everyone's going to be beaten at some fucking somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's your fucking 16th, 19th, 97th, you'll be like jeepers.
But from when I won my first All Ireland to let's say when I won my 17th consecutive one, like every other competition that I played in between those kind of years, I'd say I've won probably 99%.
Yeah, you've won. Everything
that could be won in
a racquetball, you've won it in Ireland.
Yeah.
And that's just, well, it's obviously it's second to none. I was going to say, but it's only second to a guy in javelin who's like this is just beyond like what I can and any of us can fucking.
In that time did as well. I won I used to play in European Championships.
Yeah.
And as I said, my first one was in 91.
Yeah.
And I said.
And you got the
I kept going and I was getting closer and closer and closer to winning.
In the singles.
In the singles.
Yeah.
And we went to Rambate in Italy in 2013. And I said, I thought this was going to be my last Europeans, which it was.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, now I'm going to make one final effort.
Okay.
I 21 years trying to win a European title.
Were you?
And I said, you know what now?
What age were you then, like?
34. I was 34. No, sorry, I was 39 at the time.
Oh yeah, 90,
I was 39.
Yeah, 39,
And I said, look, have one more go.
Yeah.
This will be your last one.
Where's it on again?
In
Italy.
In Italy. Yeah. So for about 5 or 6 months leading up to this, I started eating right, doing a lot more exercise, more physical work rather than just hitting the ball. I was doing more running and stuff like that. Lost a bit of weight, and I said, right, body feels good.
Yeah.
You've put in the training.
Yeah.
You know what you have to do. So I went over there and I didn't play in the team event that year. I only went for singles.
Oh, okay.
Because I said, look, this is going to be my last Europeans.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Focus.
So I went over anyway. I never forget it. We flew out on the Wednesday evening. Tournament started on Thursday. So we Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3 days of singles. So I went over there and I won my first game, handy enough. I won my second game. Alright. That put me through to the semi-finals.
Okay.
So Friday evening I had the semi-final.
Yeah.
And I won that 2 straight, so which put me through to the final.
The final of the European Champions. Yeah.
So in the other half then you had a German guy by the name of Trevor Heiter was his name.
Okay.
Now I've played him a few times, I've never beaten him.
You've never beaten him?
I had never beaten him.
Shit.
And I said, oh no, I hope he gets Trevor now. And he was a good player. He was hard, very, very strong hitter.
Yeah. Was he younger than you?
That no, I couldn't tell you. I don't know, to be honest with you.
No, it doesn't.
But he was about 6'4", like he was.
Was he?
Like that, and well able to hit the ball.
Yeah.
A lot faster than me on the court, like.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, you're going to have your work cut out for you now here.
Big German.
So I went in anyway to play him that Saturday, say midday.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the heat was about 30 degrees.
In Italy, in midday, in a fucking court, baking with the German guy.
I went in anyway to play, and I won the first game. Handy enough. Like.
Yeah.
And I went in, I said, right, Noel, you've one game now here. Calm down, just keep doing what you're doing.
Calm
down. I went in anyway, and I got off to an unmerciful lead, and we got up to like 12-3 or 12-4.
In the second game?
This is now games worth of 15.
Yeah.
And I got stuck on 12, and I couldn't get off it. I was getting in, but I wasn't making any points.
Yeah.
So he gradually crawled away back, and it was 12.
It's getting bigger and bigger as you're fucking the game.
It was in and out, and he got in, and he was getting a point or two, and then I was getting in. He was getting me out straight away.
Okay. What does he get you back to? Are you still on 12 now?
I'm still on 12.
And where's he getting?
He's gradually working his way up, so he got to 12-10, and I said,
fucking. So I'm saying the same thing here.
I said, alright, so it was 12-10, and I got in. And there was 1 or 2 rallies going on, and next minute he skipped the ball, and I got to 13. I said, right, come on now, it's only 2 more points to go.
Yeah.
So I went in, relaxed, calmed down, and I
Have you techniques? No, sorry for interrupting, but have you techniques? Have you breathed? Have you got little mantras? Like, what's going on here? Like this is fucking. Obviously, I'm interrupting your story, and I can't wait. But what you're at the moment now, it is like it's fucking.
Well, at that age, I just want to say, right, come on,
just fucking cheering yourself on from the sidelines.
No, I had loads of support here because all the Irish team were there as well.
We're all here, no, we're all here.
I never forget it. You have a seating area, right, looking in at the court.
Yeah.
And it's like half and half Irish, half German.
Oh, classic.
It was like you could just split them down the middle. Like, you know who was shouting for who.
Yeah.
And I got 1 point eventually, and I got to 13. And then I served, and we had a bit of a rally, and I killed the ball, and that got me to 14.
You're 14, and you're still serving.
I'm still serving.
And his fucking It's a 3-match.
It's best of 3 games.
Best of 3 games.
So if I got one more, that was it.
This is it. It's game ball. Over. Game ball.
So, and I wouldn't mind, we were only watching it on YouTube last night. It's on YouTube.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
And not the full match, it's kind of like bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And I did a lob serve. I wouldn't be known for doing a drive serve because, first of all, it takes a lot of energy.
To do a which?
A drive serve.
A drive serve.
Yeah. So I kind of slow it down. I tend to do a lot of lob serves.
Okay.
Most people say I have the best lob serve in the game.
So what would say this being the court here, no? Where you're
so like say this is the front wall.
Yeah.
So I'd stand here and I'd lob it, but I'd lob it, try and get it as much into the corner as I can.
We'll say down to
so it forces a weak return.
Of course. Well, not of course.
Yeah.
But if you're kind of, I'm scrambling in the fucking corner or whatever to try and get
it back.
This is all done at high performance level now. Like,
and so I did a lob serve.
Yeah.
And it came off the back wall, and I said to myself, "Oh no, he's going to bury this.
He's going to fucking nail it."
And what he went for a backhand.
Yeah.
I say a cross court backhand to my right hand side.
Yeah.
And he ended up skipping it.
He skipped it.
He skipped it. So that means I won.
You won.
I was the first Irish person to win a European Championship.
No
a
way.
European singles title.
The elite senior European champion.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's some story. After 20 years of fucking trying.
21 years.
After 20 million years of fucking trying. And how? Holy shit! You just really fucking focused on the last one.
And another thing,
it was just everything lined up, your stars, the fucking.
And it kind of didn't sink in until
European champion, but
it didn't sink in until about maybe an hour or two later.
Fucking hell,
you know.
Yeah.
But
an hour or two later, you're fucking like when you left the pavilion or whatever you're in, like, and you're off, we'll say, and it's like. Fucking European champion. Everyone you look at in Europe, it's a big place. Everyone you look at anywhere in Europe, and if you look at them anywhere on the street, you go, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm actually better than at racquetball, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going on like that, but like, if you feel like you can go down any city or any town, any country, and go like fucking, I'm the best racquetballer of anyone. Like fucking hell, that must feel fucking good.
Oh yeah, it felt unbelievable.
Did it just really? Did it know?
And even the reception when we came home.
Oh, they were so happy for you too.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. We had a big night above in the wagon there.
And from my, I was talking about your racquetball community was so happy for you.
Oh, they were. Yeah. Oh, the amount of text messages I was getting.
Love
everything.
Phone
calls
and fucking positivity that you got when you came home from that European, from that community. And then back to Fermoy, sorry I interrupt you.
Yeah, we came back to Fermoy.
We were all buzzing and tripping over ourselves.
We had a big do above in the wagon tower.
Okay.
And there was a few councillor Noel McCarthy. There was
family.
There was loads of friends. Everyone was there. It was a great.
Oh, the racquetball boys in Fermoy will say they must have been buzzing off their shop. Mrs. Santry, all these people, Mrs. Noonan, and all these people that started with you.
Yeah.
They're fucking there.
That was great. It was great.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's some fucking.
So we just kept on going from there and playing Worlds. And,
yeah.
And I don't go to Worlds anymore because, see, when you go to Worlds, you're playing pros.
Yeah.
And I know we're good here.
You're pro.
We're not.
You're not pro. No, you're pro. But you're a family man who's like fucking juggling balls like us all and living in the real
family
world.
Life and racquetball. And like the way it is now, like I'm still playing. I'm still competing. No, I'm not winning as much as I should or as I used to.
You're fucking
but
legend.
I'm playing people.
Anyone.
Like you have a great player down. I was only playing him last night, Johnny O'Keaney. From my. Like he's number 1 in the country now.
Yeah.
I'm number 2.
Yeah.
But like.
Are you number 2 in the country?
I'm number 2 in the country. I finished the season number 2. Johnny finished number 1, so I'm number 2. But
brilliant. And sorry, your training is all in the court.
All in the court.
So you were in the bike shop the other day, and I was in your bike and asked you the question, and that's kind of it's obvious. I said, what kind of training do you know? And but it's not with a racquetball.
No, probably when I was younger, I probably should have done a lot more gym work and stuff like that. But
just stop with you. You couldn't. You beat everyone in your path with your racquetball racket. Do you know what I mean? Like you like in the fucking whole lot. Do you know what I mean? Like well, sure. You couldn't have done anything better if you did that. How could you do anything? What you did was 100% obviously the right thing in the fucking court, playing the fucking court.
You see a lot of the pros now, and not only do they do court work, they do gym work as well. You know, strength training and all that. Like.
Yeah, but they should just
But,
listen
but
to
that's
you.
but they have to do it because
Yeah,
that's their job.
they
They get paid for total.
To do what they're told, yeah, but
so they have to.
Yeah. Do you coach? Are you a professional?
No.
No. So no interest. You have too much going on to do.
I don't have time.
No time.
We coach the juniors every Monday night at Lone Youth Centre.
No,
because they're the future.
Yeah.
If like when we're gone, we have to have someone there to play.
Of course.
Now my own two boys play it as well.
Class.
Connor plays it. Quite a good player.
Nice.
Dara plays it. He's a good player too. Like Dara I think won under 14 national championships last year.
Cool.
And Connor was unbeaten there in his age group with nearly 3 years.
Oh, really?
So,
okay, so the boys
I need someone there to take over. When I'm gone, he can take over.
He'll be here a long time. But
You
leave them live there. I'll leave you going on and say,
Yeah.
but they'll live in there.
Yeah.
They're great lads all together. I know them around the place. And you're a super family dude, like a family man dude. I'm really, you know what I mean? Like, I suppose the whole town. You're just like, I don't know what you'd say, an institute to the town or something. Do you know what I mean? Everyone is just, you don't. Everyone just like knows,
a lot of
racquetball
people
champion, and like you're just so famous around the area for being who you are, and everyone really fucking likes you, man. Do you know what I mean? It's just you're so popular and so, I don't know, likable, and we're so happy that I'm going to leave you go.
You not like me?
I'm so happy you came into, to share your story there with us. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you're looking so healthy, and so are you in the court? How many hours a week would you be training these days?
Oh jeez, the days of 5 to 6 hours a week are gone. I might probably
go down once a week.
I probably I was down last night. I played in Kilworth now last night against Johnny.
Oh yeah.
So I'm playing Pahanley now at 11 o'clock in Fermoy.
Okay.
And then I'm playing another girl, Aisling Hickey. She's actually the latest number 2 in the country. Playing her tomorrow night because we have a league going below and we have to have so many games played.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ends. So I'm trying to crab them all in.
Oh, fucking hell.
So
so
that's
training.
it.
Training is just playing. It's just thanks for watching. Training is just playing matches, really.
Yeah.
It's just what I'm saying. Training. You just go
No,
down
I sometimes I go down with
whatever.
Connor and I'll do a bit of training with him. And
I
do a bit of drilling on my own.
Yeah. Okay. You
like that was the key. That was the key to my success when I was so young. Was drilling. Now a lot of people nowadays, or a lot of juniors or kids, they won't go in and drill. Drilling is the key.
Going into the court by yourself.
Go into the court by yourself. Practice 1 or 2 shots.
Yeah.
Give yourself an hour or a half an hour on 1 or 2 shots.
Yeah.
And that's the key, because the more drilling you do.
Oh, well done. Yeah, good.
In the court on your own, when you're actually playing matches.
Yeah.
You see the ball coming and said, right, I'm after drilling this shot 50 million times.
Oh yes, of course.
And you do shots without even thinking about
practice.
it. Do you know?
Practice.
It's
the
right.
drill,
Here's the ball. I know now what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah.
Right. Try and do it. Keep trying. And that's what a lot of juniors are missing nowadays.
Yeah.
Which we try to incorporate into the game.
Yeah.
It's just drill.
Yeah.
Go and drill.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to matches, you do it without thinking.
Yeah.
Because it's embedded in there.
And there's not always someone available to play either.
No, there's
so
not.
it's kind of saying when there's no one available to play, go into the court and play and be structured when you when you're playing. When you go into the court by yourself, is that right?
Yeah.
Be structured.
And it's also when you're doing a warm up. I see a lot of kids, they just go in and they beat the ball all around the place. We try to work out a structure that when they're warming up, they do this first, then this.
Yeah.
That they're not going to go in and try this in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's too random and it's not going to get them moving and warming up. So you'll have a drill specific to warm up their bodies and their.
Like when I go in drilling, I do a few sealing shots first. I always warm up my backhand first. I don't know why, I just always do.
You warm just your backhand?
My backhand, yeah. Never my forehand, always my backhand.
Yeah.
So I do a few sealer shots, then I practice down the line shots.
Yeah.
A few just different kind of shots, splats.
On backhand.
On backhand.
Yeah.
And then after a few minutes, then I move over to my forehand.
Okay. So 3 or 4 minutes on your backhand, and then you flip over.
Go to my forehand.
Yeah.
And then I do the exact same thing on my forehand. Sealing.
Why do you do it that way?
I don't know. I've always done it that way. I find if I warm up my backhand first, I'm able to hit my forehand a lot better. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe it's just something up here.
You find if you do this motion, we'll say that when you go through this motion, you're better at doing this motion because you've done this first.
Yeah.
But it's just natural because that's the way
That's the way I've done it for years.
That's interesting, you know. And then it's like Mike Lyon said, he was interviewing him, you just keep showing up, isn't it? You just keep fucking showing up. You just keep showing up, and the guy keeps showing up and keeps loving it, you know.
Like, as I said, I'm nearly 52.
Yeah.
Like, I'm playing guys there 20, sometimes 30 years younger than me. That are at the open level now.
You're the national number 2. You're still the national number fucking 2. You're still fucking like up there. Fucking, you're a fucking legend. Thanks very much for watching. And
I actually hold the record.
Yeah.
I'm sure I do. I'm not too sure.
You fucking do.
I am actually hold the record for the most national titles won in any sport in the country.
You hold the record. You hold
I think
the record.
I do. I think I have about 58 altogether.
Fuck off.
I think so.
58.
I'd have to go back and start counting, but it's definitely over 50 anyway. I have 26 senior titles. Plus then you go to juniors, underage, doubles, overage, overage doubles.
Oh my god. Oh my god, age categories, even now with the age category stuff, you're pinging them off there every year, isn't it? Ding, 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 you're not
finished. So I think I have about between 56 and 58 altogether. So far.
That's the fucking best. Yeah, now we're fucking talking.
So, yeah. Look, I love the sport, I love playing it, I love travelling.
Yeah.
You know, I have a few world medals as well. I was in Chicago there last July or August playing in the World Seniors. So I got a bronze and 2 silvers.
Woo!
So that was my first time playing in the World Seniors. So it was always nice to come home with 2 medals.
Jesus, no.